YouTube. So in this video, we are going to see about prompt engineering. Okay, so this will we will release this all videos in a series. Okay, so we will cover all the topics from basics to advanced. The reason why I'm making this video is generally I prefer making videos related to coding in this channel, but I heard a lot of buzz around this prompt engineering topic, and also a lot of my friends suggested me to explain prompt engineering from basic to advanced, not only just theory. We will also focus in how to practice it. Okay, most of the videos you might have watched, and they just say that go to ChatGPT or go to the OpenAI playground to test it. Okay, so obviously OpenAI playground is a good platform to practice, but you have to pay something. Okay, so
I have no money.
so instead of it, a lot of there are open source models available where you can even easily practice it without paying anything. So we will cover it also. So let's see like what we are going to cover in this series. So first, this video, which is going to be on the intro to prompt engineering, we will get a feel of what actually prompt engineering is. Then we will see the basics of prompt engineering in the upcoming video, and then we will learn about advanced prompt engineering, which is a very important topic because at the end you are going to use advanced prompt engineering in your whatever use case. Maybe you are creating a LLM app or whatever it is. Okay, and don't worry if you don't know about models, LLM, LangChain. If you don't nothing, then also you can continue with this video. Okay, you just should be having some knowledge of Python. Okay, and even if you don't have any knowledge of Python, you can easily learn it and you can go through these videos. Then we will see what are the use cases of prompt engineering, where we can use it. And obviously it's a new field, so it depends upon you that how you are using it. Okay, you can use it anywhere, wherever you want to extract some information about from your model. Okay, so first of all, let's start about the basics of prompt engineering and let's get a feel of what actually prompt engineering is and what are the situations that prompt engineering is going to solve. Okay, so basically, prompt engineering is a relatively a new discipline for developing and optimizing prompts to efficiently use the large language models. Okay, so, if you don't know about large language models, you can take an analogy like it is basically a brain or a human being whom you are trying to ask. Okay, so large language model is having all the informations. Okay, I'm not saying about the current affairs information, just having all the informations, maybe reasoning, maybe having a brain to answer something. Okay, we are trying to ask questions from him. Okay, then you might be thinking that what the heck is prompt engineering? Like you have to just ask the question and LLM will answer. It's not like that. Okay, again, I'm trying to give you an analogy. Like, see, you are a person. Let's suppose you are having a good knowledge of maybe reasoning or any programming knowledge, but or let's suppose you are a great mathematician. But it depends. Okay, if someone is asking your question, in which way he is asking the question. Let me give you an example. Let's suppose you are given a task to write 2 to 3 lines about Ramanujan or maybe Elon Musk. Now, what you can do if someone will ask you, "Do you know about Ramanujan?" So, is it how will you answer it? Will you answer him in 2 to 3 lines, or you might give a whole paragraph about him? Okay, maybe someone can ask, give me few lines about Ramanujan or Elon Musk. Then again, it's not clear. Okay. But if someone will ask you like, okay, as you know, you are an expert of mathematician, you can, or you are expert in current affairs and give me information in 2 to 3 lines about Ramanujan or Elon Musk, then you will give the exact information to the user. Okay, so you can see now that there were 2 to 3 different ways in which we were asking. So that is actually where prompts came into the picture. And developing a prompt is also an art. You will not believe that you might feel that, okay, this is a very easy part, but it is not that easy. Okay, obviously it's relatively easy, but it's an art where how you can ask the prompt. And this is where prompt engineering comes. Okay, so prompt engineering skills helps to better understand the capabilities and limitation of large language models. Now, uh, it's not like if you developed a model, it will be knowing anything. everything. Okay, it's not like that. Okay, it depends. Everyone has its own limitation. We human being also have our own limitation. If I am good at computer engineering, I can't give answers about history or arts. So it depends on how much training we have given to the large language model, in which direction we have trained. Okay, just giving a simple example, chat gpt, currently it's using open ai, some model like um, GPT Turbo 3.5. So if I will ask about my friend, okay, let's suppose I am having a friend named John, and I'm asking that, okay, chat GPT, tell me some qualities about John. Will it be able to answer? No. Why? Because we are asking a question uh, whose knowledge is not in ChatGPT, or on which the ChatGPT model is not trained. So that is the limitation of that model. Okay, but we can also overcome that limitation using prompt engineering. Okay, so again, I'm just giving a simple example. You might have seen that some people, let's suppose one task is given to some person. Okay, the same person is using that ChatGPT. He might be not able to solve that question, but some people solve it because the art of asking the questions to the LLM. Okay, if you are in a software industry or anywhere, be you might be knowing it. Like some people solve any questions, any coding questions, or any task in very quick amount of time, maybe using ChatGPT. But using that same ChatGPT, most of the people don't find the actual answer what they want, because they are not knowing how to ask to the large language model. They are not knowing the art of prompt. So that's why, not only as a career perspective, but for increasing your utility, prompt engineering is also an important section. Okay, so let me give you a simple prompt examples. Okay, let's suppose I told you now that we are trying to ask some question to John, about John, to ChatGPT, and definitely ChatGPT will be not knowing about John, but we can provide some context to the ChatGPT like this. Let me introduce you to my hilarious friend John. This is some knowledge. Okay, we are externally providing some knowledge to the model. Okay, then model will study it, and then it can answer any type of questions like which title has John earned. So here somewhere there will be line like, you can read here, he is known for his wiki dance moves that resemble a cross between the penguin and sprinkler, leaving everyone in stitches. John uniquely talent for making funny faces has earned him the title of the rubber face master. So now the machine can, now the model can basically answer like which title John has earned. So it will be the rubber face master. Okay, if we will not provide this in knowledge, uh, if we will not provide this context to the model, it will not able to answer about the nature of John, the title of John. Okay, so this is how a basic prompt looks like. First of all, there will be introduction. Introduction is, sorry, instruction. Instruction is like what the model has to do. What is the target of our prompt? Like maybe we are trying to summarize some text. We are trying to answer some questions. Maybe it can be anything. Okay, maybe we are targeting translation. So first of all, the prompt, um, first, uh, you can say the first section of a prompt should be the instruction, like what we want from this prompt, what is the aim of this prompt, like answer these questions. Okay, you can definitely, it's a very naive prompt, you can basically you can optimize this instruction in a better manner. Then we have to give context. Okay, so now the context will be like from where you want to get that information. Okay, and now you might ask me that in chat gpt I never give context, I just say who is Ratan Tata, and it is able to give me information. Why? Because model already have that knowledge. You might have seen in chat gpt, it says now that I have been trained before the data of 2021. I can't give you exact answer to any current event. Let's suppose some event took place just day before yesterday, okay, or maybe yesterday. It will not able to answer it. Why? Because it is not having that information. And in this case also, ChatGPT might be not having information about my John, because either I am not famous, and nor my friend John is famous. So the chat GPT will be not having that information. So externally, we can also provide some information like this. Let me introduce to my hilarious friend. So this is the information that I am providing to the model. Okay, so now model will know that, okay, I'm now knowing about my friend John. Then he can answer it. Okay, so first of all, there will be instruction. Then there will be context. Then there will be input data. Input data means what we are trying to ask. Then what is our query, and then we are having output data. Output data, what it can be anything. In this case it will just give me a string or maybe a sentence. um, Sometimes we even want that output in JSON format or in any kind of format. We can also tell to the model, okay, so give me this data in JSON format or give me this data in just normal text format. Okay, so this is a basic naive label prompt example. Okay, but all the prompt, whatever prompts you like, you will write in future, it should be like this only. Okay, it's not mandatory, but it's a good way. Okay, there are a lot of others, maybe other healthy practices that you should follow, which we will discuss in upcoming videos. But currently, this is how a prompt look like. Now, again, you will ask me now, like, I just go to ChatGPT and I write a paragraph about Ratan Tata, and it is giving me like visionary leader, ethical businessman, philanthropist, innovative, humble, influential, respected, mentor, legendary. So this is output what I get. So where the heck I'm using prompt? I'm not using prompt, and I'm getting the answer. But under the hood of ChatGPT, this is the prompt they are constructing. So this is the input, write a paragraph about the run data. And they might have designed the prompt like this. You are an expert in question answering about personalities. Please answer the user question carefully. Now, this context, we are not giving the context because ChatGPT is already having that context, because ChatGPT is just an app. It is using a model that is GPT Turbo 3.5 or GPT-4. In that model already it is having the information about the very famous person, the reasoning capabilities, lot of capabilities. Maybe it is having information about Ratan Tata or Elon Musk. So that's why we don't have to give the context. But in previous example, we were talking about John, who was my friend. That information is not uh, already trained to the model. So that's why we have to give context. So sometimes you can even skip the context. It's not a compulsory thing. Okay, try to understand. Then input data. This query is basically the input data. Write a paragraph about Ratan Tata. Now the output data will be like this. Okay, so don't get confused between the working of ChatGPT and the prompt engineering techniques. Under the hood, they might be also using this prompt engineering. Okay, and whenever you will design your own LLM apps, this is how you are going to write the prompts. Because if user is giving a query, let's suppose maybe if the context is not given, okay, and we just say write a paragraph about Ratan Tata, and maybe, okay, not disrespecting Ratan Tata. Let's change it. Let suppose I said write a paragraph about um, maybe Bob. Okay, and let's suppose Bob is working in my company. So how ChatGPT will know? Then we have to give a context like Bob is working in my office, he's a good person, some respective information. Then it can write a summary about Bob, or it can give some answers about Bob. Okay, so it depends. Like if your model is not already having that information, you have to provide the context. If it is already having that information, no worry. Either you can also create a model, or you can take any kind of model and you can train the data. But currently we are not focusing on training that. Currently we are just trying to feel the power of prompt, like which to which extent we can use this prompt engineering. Okay, so what are the good tips for writing good prompts? So we have to start simple. Okay, we have to start very simply. Like, see, always try to think about a human being. Like the same human being, if you ask a question or a conceptual question in a simpler fashion, then he will be able to answer it. But let's suppose the same person, you are trying to ask a questions but not in a simple manner, you are trying to make that question a little bit complex. There is a huge chance that he will has not able to answer it correctly. Okay, maybe hallucinations will be there. Then always try to be specific. Whatever questions you are trying to ask, whatever things you are trying to ask to the model, always try to be specific. Avoid impreciseness. Like, don't be, always try to be precise while you are asking the questions. Let's suppose you are targeting to get 2 to 3 lines of answer. So don't ask, give me a few lines of answer. Instead of, you can say, please give me 2 to 3 lines of answer. So it will be that the second prompt will be more precise and it will give you a exact answer whatever is desired. Then explain what to do. Always try to focus that you should tell the prompt what to do, not what to not do. Okay, so this is all about the theory part of the prompt engineering, the basic theory part. Okay, we will see. It is not even basic, it is just an introduction. Now let's see how we can practice the prompt. Okay, so let me open it. So I'm opening it in a different um, browser. Okay, and this is basically a collab. If you don't know about a Google Colab, so we can simply write your program and we can run it. Okay, and don't worry about this all the cells. Okay, so just I'm giving you overview. I'm not going to very deep. We are using Hugging Face, which is a framework, and then we are using LangChain. Okay, and these are all the things which we are importing, and then we are using Hugging Face API token. Okay, now we are not going to use any kind of paid API tokens like OpenAI. So that's why I have chosen Hugging Face. So if you want to create an API for you, just go to this link. Okay. Okay. Let me open it in my different browser so I can show you how you can generate it. Okay. So let's go here. uh, just let's go here. Okay, so here I have logged in. So if you will go to this link, then you can find this access tokens. So here you can generate your token. Okay, so that you can use it. Okay, it's absolutely free. Okay, now let's run it once again. You have to just run every cell, and whatever token you are having, you have to just use it. Okay, now, in the third cell, whenever you will run it, it will ask for your Hugging Face API token. You have to use it, and you can get from that page and just copy paste it. Okay, so I have entered my Hugging Face API token. Let's go. Now, this is basically the model. Actually, there are a lot of models. This is one of the best model, like not one of the best, but one of like kind of it's an open source and it's not that huge, and but it still gives accurate information. So that is Google Flant T5XXL. So it's an open source model. Again, model is just like a brain, okay, which is being trained. So it has 11 billion parameters. Then there is temperature, max length. So we will explore more of this. Even if you don't know, it doesn't matter. Okay, so max length is basically the length of our input. Okay, so now here comes the prompt part. Okay, so again, don't focus on this part currently if you don't know about it. Okay, so whatever template you are trying to practice, the basic templates, just write it in here. Okay, just make a triple quotes and write your prompts here. Okay, so let's take a prompt like we were discussing now. This was our prompt example. So sorry, so let's take this prompt. So I'm just copy pasting it. So this was our prompt. So let's take it. Okay, so instruction is answer the question. Context, we are giving some context about John. Input data. Now, here you can, because the question will be dynamic part, so we can put it in curly braces. Okay, the question and the output data. Okay, whatever output data, it will be there. Okay, so even you can make it as question answer. Okay, like this is our question and this will be our answer. Okay, you have to just play smartly. Now, whatever question we are passing it, again, we are using prompt template, LLM chain. Okay, if you don't know about LLM chain and all these things, don't worry. Don't focus on that part, just focus on this part. You have to play with this part only. Okay, so we can ask anything like who is, or the question was, what was the question? So this was the question. Huh? So which title has John earned? So we can ask here. Okay, which title has John earned? Now let's run it. So we are expected to give get some answer. So okay, so here the variable name is question, not questions. Okay, so here we are passing question, so it is also expecting question. So it is giving the rubber face master, and obviously we also wanted that answer because the title that John has earned was the rubber face master. So what we are doing that we are taking a model that is Google Flan T5XXL and we are passing the context to it. We are providing our outside knowledge to it, and then we are asking the question. Okay, now you might ask, then why we need training? Obviously, but think like we are having a huge data. Okay, then we can't provide the whole data in the context. Now, currently, our data was very short, so we were able to ask, but we can't provide the whole knowledge in the context part only. That's why we do the training part. Okay, so I'm not going into the training part. This is how the basic prompts look like, and it's not about theory. Okay, you can try your own prompt. You can make any context, you can make any question. Okay, like here I can change the question. Okay, like um, who is John? Let's see what it will give. My hilarious friend. And definitely, so it is having my hilarious friend. So you can ask any kind of question, you can design any kind of prompt. Okay, and obviously it's a new field and you have to try it by your own. Like some prompts will behave good, some prompts will not behave good, it depends. Okay,
Okay.
so it's not like even if we when we will learn about the advanced prompt techniques that okay, the most advanced prompt technique will always give you answer. It's not like that. Even sometimes some basics prompt templates also work better than the advanced one. So it always depends upon the practice, how better you are writing the prompt, and it always comes with the practice. So practice more and more, not just mugging up the theories, just practice. Okay, so in this way you can also practice the prompt engineering, and definitely I will share this collab notebook in the description section so that you don't have to do anything. You don't have to understand each and everything what is chat, OpenAI, Hugging Face Hub. Obviously if you want you can, but currently I'm not moving going to explain it because the video will be very huge. Okay, so I'm just focusing on this prompt template part so that you can practice it without paying any money. Basic terms which will bother you is temperature. Okay, so temperature is basically in simple words I can say temperature is directly proportional to randomness. Okay, in your answer, if you want randomness, then you can increase the temperature. Temperature lies between 0 to 1. If you have zero temperature, like in this one we were having temperature as 0.1, means we don't want random answers. Okay, let me make it 10 and let's see what I will get. Okay, so first of all I have to run this. Now let's run this. Okay, so see, behave, storm, object, service, incel. It's I don't know what it is saying. So if we want random answers, we will increase the temperature. And if we want basically non-random questions, we want non-random answers, we want exact answer, then obviously we should use the temperature as low as we want. Like it should be 0 or maybe 0.1. Then top P. Top P is basically it is called as nucleus sampling. Means it is inversely proportional. Like if the value of top P will increase, then your factual answer will decrease. If you want factual answer, then the value of top P should be less. Okay. So these are some basic terms. You can explore more about it. Okay, and huge shout out to this repo that is Prompt Engineering Guide. I will be sharing it in the description link. A beautiful GitHub repo where you can learn about the prompt engineering and also a lot of more stuffs about prompt engineering. Okay, so in next video we will learn about the basics of prompt engineering. Currently we have seen just the intro of prompt engineering. So your task is to practice prompt engineering as much as you can with that collab notebook, or you can use it in your local machine also. So that's it. Meet you in the next video, and please subscribe if you want to learn more about prompt engineering, and we will be covering the whole prompt engineering from basic to advanced. Thank you.